Here's a little extract from the book to show some of the spooky things that happen to Max when the new turbines are towed into the bay opposite his house on the cliff top. As I made my way down the hill, the night wind picked up, rippling through the grass and sending clouds racing across the face of the moon. My heart was beating just as fast as I reached the overhang where the cliffs fell away to the beach far below. I peered out over Wickland Bay, watching the huge turbine blades turning slowly against the black sky. For a long moment, nothing else stirred. And then the lights flashed again, brighter this time. It was coming from a boat. I was sure of it now. Before the light blinked off, I could just make out the faint outline of a cabin and decking before it was swallowed up by the dark. I wasn't sure why, but the sight of that boat sent a shiver down my spine. What's so weird about a boat in the bay? I asked myself, trying to ignore the knot of unease forming in my guts. It's just someone out on a late-night sailing trip. Or maybe the energy company sent a patrol boat out to make sure the turbines were safe from protesters. But I knew none of that was likely. No one was daft enough to go pleasure cruising round the bay at night. After sundown, the wind swelled and the current swept across the Atlantic, sending riptides thundering up the beach to crash against the cliff face. And boats didn't just get lost these days. Not with sat-nav and all the fancy gear even the basic rigs were equipped with. So that just left the energy company, but why on earth would they be out there checking the turbines in the dead of night? Mr. Strachan's protest group had homemade placards and piles of leaflets, not gunboats and plastic explosives. It wasn't like they could do any real harm to the turbines. The bright light flashed again, sweeping the bay from behind the towering masts. It was drifting further round the headland now, nearing the base of the hill where the substation had been built. I watched the beacon approach the makeshift jetty, lighting up the steel pylons and transformer sheds before cutting out again, just as suddenly, throwing the whole base into darkness once more. I waited, peering down the hill, straining my eyes in the gloom to catch a glimpse of movement. There, down by the substation, something was coming. Well, you'll have to read the book to find out what happens next. I hope you enjoy reading this story just as much as I enjoyed writing it, and maybe it might even inspire some of you to embark on your own writing adventures. Thanks for watching.